Hello everybody, Mega Magnific here. I think that this isn't focusing as much as I'd like to. But here, well, anyways. In this video I'm going to teach you how to make a pair of wings. Mechanical wings that you can open like and close as if they were puppets. And that they will be lightweight and easy to make and also cheap. Because I know everyone's on a budget and I'm on a budget as well. Even though I ended up, spending a bit more money just trying to figure out a way in which anyone would be able to make this. So if you'd like to support me, please donate to my coffee. Ko-fi? Wait, I have no idea. In any case, these are the materials you're gonna need. Any sort of rope. Well, shit. Any sort of rope. Preferably one that is thick enough to just stand the weight of a bunch of feathers. And this. This is XPS foam. You can find it in any construction store. It's very cheap. I mean, like, you can have an entire fucking block of it for like 80 centimos. Sorry, I'm not sure how to translate my currency in English. In any case, make sure that it's thick enough, because if it's too thin, I've had the bad experience of my wings just snapping in half. So yeah. Another material you're gonna need is these elastic things. Well, you can actually use anything elastic. It doesn't have to be this thing specifically. But I'm gonna use these because they look convenient. And because I run out of rubber bands with the first prototype. I mean, I used up all of my rubber bands for the first prototype that actually worked. But that's the one I made with XPS foam that was a little too thin, so it snapped in half. So yeah, you can use rubber bands, but make sure the foam is strong enough. This is the main structure of the wings. You see the little colored pieces, like the squares and the triangles? Those are the principal shapes, the most important shapes you need to follow. Any other part of the wing, up to you. And basically, you're also gonna need a couple materials. Between them, a cutter to cut and shape the foam. Some scissors, of course, and at some point we're also gonna need a blow dryer. But you can also use a heat gun for that part. Well, let's start. First, I'm going to show you how I make a small prototype. I'm going to try something new. I'm going to use a bunch of rope, just put it inside of the foam and connect these joints like that. And hopefully, it'll work. Also, this cuts very easily. Well, somewhat easily. I only have one hand with this, and I hope you don't mind seeing some feet. I work with my feet a lot whenever I'm holding something with my other hand. In any case, just make a small cut and then snap it. Okay, so this is kind of the thing. You have the things placed together, and then you have the elastic things. So if you hold these in place, of course, I'm gonna have to hold the camera again with my chin. It'll close. That's the idea. It'll close. And now I'm starting with the actual wings. I'm using the shape of my arm just to make the measurements because I want my wings to have like some proportion to me. Hello, Flame Bee! How you doing there? Oh, you're so happy! You look so good on camera today. Normally you're just a phantom black ghost. My baby, what are you doing here? Well, in any case, so I'm gonna need a bit more foam in this part. I mean, this is like right there. And I only have that left. Thankfully, if you've bought like any block of foam, you'll have more than enough because it's so cheap. Mamá, ¿por cuánto costaba una de esas láminas de XPS? ¿El paquete o una sola lámina? It's like $7 for something that's like so freaking big. Yeah, look at how perfectly I cut this thing in half. Like, I cut up until here with the cutter, and then I just snapped it with my feet. Yeah, that was fun. Is this the right measurement? I'm gonna measure for a sec. Yeah, right around this place. It's perfect size for what I want. You keep working on your thing. Good luck. As you see, I can cut this diagonally and then snap the piece out. But just in case you need a demonstration, just taking reference from my own drawing. Okay, I already have my main pieces. Now all I gotta do is hinge it. Hinge it. Wonk. May I say, this weighs nothing. It weighs absolutely nothing. It's super light. My mother is now very surprised. The time has come to clean up a bit. Hey, I know I told you now we have to make the hinges, but I now realize that I didn't explain how it's supposed to go. The rope has to go from here to here and from here to here. So basically, you pick up anything to make the holes. Okay, another thing about the holes, you kind of have to twist it in. It's not just enough to just stab it, you gotta twist. As if you were just like pulling like the key of a music box, like twist, 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 and it'll slowly get in on its own. Okay, the holes for this piece right here, like this one, may be a little tricky, because instead of just, you know, making the hole immediately, you gotta make it from exactly here, like right there in the middle. You gotta start the hole there and finish over here. Understood? Good luck, soldier. Okay, so in order to make sure that you don't waste any rope, you can just put it all the way through, knot, and then cut as much rope as you're gonna need to make the other knot. Okay, just a small reminder that you don't need to follow my instructions. My instructions say that this position would go like this. However, if you want your wings to open further, you can put it the other way around. And instead of opening to 90 degrees, it'll open to, I don't know how many degrees this is. So you can have either 90 degrees, or approximately 90 degrees, or more. It's up to you. It's up to you. Okay, there's something I need to warn you about before you just go on to make every single hole. This one is gonna have a specific use of the rope, because in order for it to move like I want it to move, it's gonna be dependent on this piece. The rope will go through here and then tie itself to this position. So when this extends, this one will automatically extend as well, and that will save me a bunch of rope. Okay, this is what I meant. You see this, right? The way that this rope is here? It is essential for the main structure, because in order to avoid having to make extra strength, I simply attach these two pieces together so that they move dependent on one another, so that if you extend the arm, this is clearly just going to extend as well. But, oh, this kind of looks like a swan, like, wang. I think this is so funny. Mamá, mira, esto parece un cisne muy gracioso. Tiene ojo y todo. Wank, wank. Honk. Honk, honk. It's a goose. Okay, here comes a fun part. The XPS foam has certain properties, and if you use heat on it, it kind of melts. So you can use that to make it look rounder, and also if you heat it again, it expands. So yeah, the rope will not move. Stay in place, motherfucker. Applying heat will also strengthen the material and make it look smoother. Okay, so here's the difference between one I've heated up. If you can see it right, this part has become so much smoother, and I've been able to just scrape off all of the extra little hairs that just happened to be there. I don't know if you hear it, but this one sounds harder. This one sounds softer. It sounds more foamy. A small word of warning is that when you heat it up, the pieces will get smaller. So yeah, think about that a little bit more ahead of time, because in case you can't tell, yes, the pieces are smaller now. This one is quite kind of bigger, and the other one has become smaller. So yeah, that's something that happens when you melt stuff. In any case, on to the next one. Fun fact, you can fill in your mistakes and expand that foam using heat to seal those mistakes away so that you can use the proper shape. If you make a hole too big, you can then fill it in. No pervy thoughts in my channel. Okay, so here's the thing. In order to make sure that the wings stay closed, unless you pull from a string, you're gonna use one of these. Or maybe a couple of these, depending on how you do it. And you're gonna tie this from here to here. And that'll keep the wings closed. Like so. It has to be kind of in tension, but make sure that whatever rubber you use isn't too strong, unless you want your wings to freaking snap in half. Nobody wants that. So, in order to attach these, there's a special little thing you can do in order to just make sure that it doesn't move in place and that you don't have trouble afterwards. It's doing this with the metal thing. ¡Concha, que estoy grabando! Okay, so as I was saying, in order to attach the rubber bands, or whatever the heck these are, you gotta do this with the metal hooks of the material I suggested. But if you have giant rubber bands and you don't need to do this, then just do whatever you want. But that's just the thing, you just put it around. I'm just gonna have to put this on my neck. So, here, and there. And then, when you actually glue it on place or tie it on place or whatever you want to do, I'm just going to tie it on place because I don't like glue. Okay, so I have no idea how to exactly tie this into place, so the best thing I have in mind is just gluing it with hot glue. But I'm kind of angry at hot glue because of my previous project, in which it just got everywhere and it was super uncomfortable. In any case, I still need to glue these, so after a while, about 5 minutes of thinking, I actually remembered the old reliable duct tape. So I'm just gonna duct tape the rubbers. Yep, no hot glue, just duct tape. It works right about fine. Works just fine. Okay, nice discovery. Duct tape is good, not only for pasting the glue, but to making sure the shapes don't get deformed after some stress. Because here, my rope started just carving into the edge, and that started just flopping around. But I've filled that in with some of the leftovers and covered it with duct tape, and now it works perfectly fine. So yeah, new tip. Fill in your mistakes and cover them in duct tape. It'll make for a fine adjustment. So after my duct tape discovery, I have literally filled every single hole in and covered it in duct tape. Why? Because it gives it extra strength. And what's better than extra strength? Having in mind how easy it is to deform this foam, extra strength is everything. Have I mentioned that this material weighs absolutely nothing? Like, I can hold it in between my fingers and it's still super fucking light. This is so really friggin' light. This material is going to be excellent for making certain shapes, which if you want to give an extra rigidity, you are going to have to cover with a different material in order to achieve that. But that's, as I say, up to you. Hooray! Oh, don't fall. Okay, so now you gotta build what's exactly going to be attached to your back. So I'm thinking of making some sort of extra puppet in which you have this on the sides. This part will touch your skin, this part will be outside, and this other piece will also be pointing in this direction, and that will be attached here. And it'll be the position switcher in which this changes, and also where the rope that basically moves the entire mechanism will be attached to. I'm still figuring that part out, but for now just know that you're going to need a block of the XPS foam. The idea is that it'll be just the same as the others. I'll use rope to pull this all the way through there, and that rope will be the main one to just keep this on our backs without it moving too much. Just think of these things as shoulder blades. Okay, it's been a few days, and this isn't doing what it should do. So yeah, use whatever materials you want. May have to end up adding some glue, because if this just starts ungluing with the duct tape, that's going to be a problem. I'll figure something out. Anyways, these are for the back piece. This will be attached to this part, and that will be the one responsible for moving while they're on your back. Make sure that before you add the rope, you use your heat gun or your blow dryer to just melt the edges so that the rope doesn't cut into the material. Good luck! Okay, so once you've got your wings attached to the main piece, now all you gotta do is thread it around. Basically, take from one side all the way to the other, and then all the way through, and make a little knot, or whatever. I don't care anymore. Okay, it should look something like this. So here's a part where you're definitely gonna need some duct tape. Since I don't want to make any more holes because that would make the foam weaker, instead I'm gonna tie this into place. This on double sides. One side attaches to the thing, and the other one gets rid of the stickiness. So whenever you pull, you're already using the mechanism. And that will avoid making another hole into the already very holed up foam. Really, you want to avoid making you want to make as little holes as possible, as few holes as possible. I'm kind of half asleep, so now my English is blue. Okay, so just make that thing longer and longer until you can reach it from the upper side of the support mechanism. And that way, whenever you pull from this, the wing will extend. And it won't damage the wing in the same way as string would. Okay, so the same thing we've done with the elbows, now we do with the shoulders. And don't worry about fucking up. By the way, I ran out of the white tape, so now I'm using black tape, and yeah, it doesn't matter, it's gonna get covered up anyway. Yahoo! Okay, just tie it from here to here, and it'll stop here, and the other way around as well. You see? It's like a loop. It's like an 8 made between the two holes, and then all you gotta do is place this under this. If you just use the rope, then it's not going to go down very smoothly, but if you find a tubular shape that has a hole in it, just stick it through the rope and use that to make sure that the pulley will actually be smooth working. It'll work smoothly. It has to be solid though. I could have tried to find a plastic tube, but in the end I found this carton tube and cut a piece off. Okay, for the next thing you need to give them a pair of pants and put them on. These are pants. That way you don't have to stitch anything. Just make sure that it still works after you put on the pants. Like, whenever you pull, it should still be able to extend. Of course, right now I cannot do it with one hand, and I refuse to put the phone on my chin again. Just close the entire wing and make sure you don't have any pieces visible. You have to add the sock and make sure yet again that it works. Okay, oh, hi! Hi, my baby, what you doing? I'm about to film, what are you doing here, baby? Okay, as I was saying, this is right about the last step of how to make the structure for your wings. You need to add the straps, the way you can wear the wings. I have now forgotten where these are. Here we go. Was there? There. Gotta add these. These are just gonna go around your arms like a backpack, but have in mind that they have to join in the center and they have to be very well attached to you. For now, in my design, I'm just keeping it together with this, like pins, because hey, I'm not feeling like stitching today. But you can probably do it with glue, or if you know how to stitch, you can also do that. All you need to know is that it has to go one strap all the way around the middle of the support structure, and the other two, you're just gonna add, like, you tie it down from the middle on both sides, and they go to the shoulders. This one is the middle strap. And this one is the shoulder strap, the one you're going to use like a backpack. And then when you wear this structure, this way of using the straps, will keep the wings attached to your back strongly so that they don't move while you pull on the puppet strings. Because these are going to be your puppet strings for now. Okay, so here's the thing. Here is the strap so you can actually pull on the wing. And the other one is to actually adjust the height of the wing. So if I hold this here and then pull, you can see that the mechanism actually works quite well. See, it works. On the next video, I'll show you how to decorate the wings. In other words, give them feathers or fingers, depending on the kind of wing that you want to make. I'm gonna make feathered wings.
Hi, thanks for watching till the end. As the title of the video says, this is a special thank you for reaching 113 subscribers. I am so thankful, you have no idea. I am now free from school and everything else. I'm 17 years old, soon to be 18, fuck my life. In any case, whether you're here for my animatics and animations or my cosplay and costume tutorials, thank you so much. I mean, I'm trying to make something out of this channel, this everything, something. I just want to make something. I could explain the entire thing, but that would be like 3 hours of an explanation, and I know because I once filmed that audio. In any case, hope to see you on the next one. Still figuring things out. Wish me luck.